Friction. Question answer. Question. Suppose your writing desk is tilted a little. A book kept on it starts sliding down. Show the direction of frictional force acting on it. Answer. The book moves downwards. The frictional force is acting opposite to the movement of book, so it acts upwards. Question. You spill a bucket of soapy water on marble floor accidentally. Would it make it easier or more difficult for you to walk on the floor, and why? Answer. The layer of soap makes floor smooth, due to which the friction is reduced and the foot cannot make a proper grip on the floor. Therefore, it is difficult to walk on a soapy floor and we start to slip on the floor. Question. Explain why sportsmen use shoes with spikes. Answer. Sportsmen use shoes with spike to increase the friction between shoes and the surface. The shoes with spike do not slip while they run or play. Question. Iqbal has to push a lighter box and Seema has to push a similar heavier box on the same floor. Who will have to apply a larger force and why? Answer. The heavy object will be pressed hard against the opposite surface and produces more friction. So Seema will have to apply a larger force due to more friction. Question. Explain why sliding friction is less than the static friction. Answer. The two sliding objects find less time to get interlocked against each other, so they get less friction. Therefore, sliding friction is always less than the static friction. Question. Give examples to show that friction is both a friend and a foe. Answer. Friction is a friend. Friction allows us to grip and catch different objects. It helps us to walk comfortably on the surface. It helps to minimize the speed or to stop a moving object. It helps us to write on paper or blackboard. The things do not move from their place due to friction between the surfaces. Friction is a foe. Friction causes wear and tear in objects. It causes damage to the parts of machines. The machines or tools require regular maintenance, due to which a lot of money is wasted. It reduces the speed of moving objects, so more force is required. It does not allow the free movement of objects. Question. Explain why objects moving in fluids must have special shapes. Answer. The objects moving in fluids must have a special shape. This type of shape is called as streamlined shape. The streamlined shape helps to overcome the friction between objects and fluids. The objects have pointed fronts and little broader middle portion which gets tapered at the back. Question. What is force of friction? Answer. The force acting on a moving body which is equal and opposite to the direction of motion is called as force of friction. Is the friction the same for all the surfaces? Answer. No, friction is not the same for all the surfaces. Question. Does friction depend on the nature of objects? Answer. Yes, friction depends on nature of objects. Question. Does friction depend on smoothness of the surface? Answer. Yes, friction depends on the smoothness of the surface. Question. Which surface produces more friction? Answer. Rough surface produces more friction. Question. Which type of surface produces less friction? Answer. Smooth surface produces less friction. Question. What is the direction of frictional force? Answer. The direction of frictional force is opposite to the motion. Question. What is the cause of friction between two surfaces? Answer. Friction is caused by irregularities on the two surfaces in contact. Question. Which surface has more irregularities, smooth or rough surface? Answer. Rough surface has more irregularities. Question. How many types of frictions are there? Answer. There are three types of friction: static friction, sliding friction and rolling friction. Question. Which is less, sliding friction or static friction? Answer. Sliding friction is smaller than the static friction. Question. Which force helps to write by chalk on blackboard? Answer. Frictional force. Question. Which is easier to hold, an earthen pot or a glass tumbler? Answer. Holding earthen pot is easier than holding a glass tumbler. Question. Why is it difficult to move on a wet, smooth surface? Wet marble floor has less friction, so it is difficult to move on it.